In Rise of Kingdoms, once you reach Season of Conquest, your crystal tech pretty much becomes the most important thing that you own. So in today's video, I'm going to give you an in-depth, free-to-play, low-spender guide, step by step taking you through what things to upgrade in order for your KVK. So if you want to know the best upgrade order for your crystal tech so you can maximize not only your KVK value but also your crystal gain, you need to stick around till the end of the video because some of these even possibly small changes can make you millions of crystals in the long run of your KVK. Now, as we start off today's video, I do want to give a quick shout out to Kingdom 2134 who did put together the guide that I will be creating today. And this person here, General, I'm not going to say the other bit, General Sang, hopefully I didn't butcher that, they made the full guide that I am following today and trying to explain to you guys. So, big thank you to 2134 and a massive thank you to General here who pretty much put together everything step by step. Now with all that out of the way, let's just get into the actual crystal tech guide. Now starting off, the first day you enter KVK, this is where a few things must begin taking place. First of all, you have to take your crystal mine instantly to level 25. It should be the first thing you do because it's arguably your most important building. After that, if you're a low spender who's willing to spend money, I recommend purchasing the premium season crystal supply. And also, if you're willing to spend a little bit of extra money like I did this season, you can get the advanced treasures. They're probably the two most valuable things. And if you're spending that amount of money, it will definitely fit pretty well within the guide that I am doing today. Other than that, there are a few more things you should also note. Throughout the duration of your KVK, you should be using all of your Kaha's bone whistles and only leaving one at a time. So if you have 5 whistles in one day, use 4 and save just 1 for the next day so you can guarantee your crystal quest is able to finish that basically, I guess, daily objective. The next thing also recommended here, which is I've always recommended this, try and do all your Bastion quests each day, or 15 of them, and hopefully you get stuff that have got really good favor and also really good crystals. From the top of my head, the things that are very much worth doing, you've got your Lost Canyon one, you've also got Gathering Runes, Killing Barbarians, Training Troops, and Destroying Barbarian Forts. They're like the main things that are going to give you quite a bit of value for your KVK and in your crystals in general, so I highly recommend doing things that usually have around 200 plus favor, especially once you reach toward the end of your KVK when your crystal tech becomes a lot more developed. Speaking of your crystal tech, let's start off with the guide, and the first thing you're going to want to do is to take Skillful Operations 1 to level 2 as quick as possible. This means you're going to have to get all your level 1 war technology here to, well, level 1. You're also going to have to take Swift Marching to level 1 as well, Larger Camps to level 1, and your Crystal Research Center to level 4. After that, you'll want to take your Skillful Operations to level 2 out of 5, and this is just going to be some good ground fundamental technology, which should allow you to pretty much set yourself up for the rest of the early part of your KVK, the first day usually. After that, you're going to want to work towards Skillful Operations 1 to level 5. To do this, you're going to have to take Swift Marching level 1 to level 3. You're going to have to upgrade Larger Camps level 3 to level 5. And then here, you're going to get Skillful Operations up to level 4 like I did. Then you're going to want to take your Crystal Research Center to level 12, and this should have actually been upgraded already, I must have forgotten. You take your Crystal Research Center to level 12, and then you max out Skillful Operations 1, which is going to allow you to get a really nice crystal cost reduction of 5%. In total, this is going to cost you, I think, around 200,000 to 500,000 total crystals to get this whole entire process running, and it's definitely important to try and get this Skillful Operations up within probably even the first day, especially if you have spent a little bit of money and purchased a few bundles. Really, this shouldn't be too tough if this isn't your first season of Conquest, especially because you should have some extra crystal items. After this, we're going to start working on some of our Bastion tech, which once again you probably want to get up within the first day or so. To begin, you want to get Treaties level 1 and also Cultural Exchange 1, both to level 4 out of 5, to help with your early game economy, especially with things such as Bastion quests, because even though treaties and stuff may seem like they're very small numbers, in the long run, these are going to add up a lot, and even just an extra 4,000 crystals is an extra 60,000 a day if you use all 15 chances, and over the whole entire KVK, that amounts to like 3 million crystals. So getting your treaties and also your cultural exchange to level 4 right after you get skillful operations is really important. After this, we're going to move towards doing some of your Barbarian and Kurok tech, your early game stuff. Here, we're going to take Barbarian Reports 1 to level 1, and the same thing with Kurok Reports 1 to level 1. These are only there to help you deal extra damage, and they are kind of a later requirement. You don't really need them at a high level right now. But after that, you're going to take Plunder to level 2, and you're also going to take Kurok's Gift to level 2. One thing I would like to make sure you all know is that the Kurok, even though I think most people know this, you have to come in and claim it here, and the Kuraku's Gift gives you more crystals over time. So getting it up to a decent level, even just level 2 at the beginning of your KVK, is definitely going to help your long-term crystal gain. After that, we're going to go back to our main war technologies here, these first ones, and we're going to take them all to level 5. It's recommended to prioritize the main troops types that you're using. So let's say for me, example, I was going to max improve bows before I max the infantry, cav, and also siege stuff. So if you're an infantry main, focus on those infantry technologies. If you're a cav main, get those cav technologies, whatever it may be, and do those first so that, well, you can just get a little bit of value out of them before your actual Zone 4 fights. After this, we're going to move towards a bit more economy technology again. First of all, you're going to take Attack Formation to level 1, and then you're going to upgrade your Crystal Research Center up to level 16. From there, you're going to take all the level 2 technologies here to level 1, so you can get access to Swift Marching level 3. Then we're going to get access to a few more things related to your technology here, and these are an optional section. I personally do recommend doing these, and it's currently what I'm focusing on, and that is getting Marching Orders to level 1, and then Skillful Operations up to at least level 4 in my opinion, and then you're going to want to upgrade your Crystal Research Center in the upcoming section. And then here is where I kind of deviate a little bit from the guide. Obviously, right now you have a level 16 Crystal Research Center, and you're going to be at the Swift Marching level 3. The guide recommends 2 different routes. The first one is going and getting Marching Orders level 1 and then Skillful Operations level 6, or you can skip to the next section. But what I'm going to recommend is that all players get their Marching Orders to level 1 and then Skillful Operations to 4 out of 10. This is going to leave you with a pretty good crystal cost reduction, and then you're going to go to the next section here, which tells you to get Treaties to level 4 and Cultural Exchange both to level 4 here, both Treaties 2 and Cultural Exchange 2 to level 4. And then you're going to go back and upgrade your Crystal Research Center to level 20, and then you'll go to Skillful Operations 2 and get those to level 6. So just as a quick recap, first you're going to get Marching Orders level 1, Skillful Operations level 4, then you're going to go to your Treaties, you're going to get them to level 4, and your Cultural Exchange to level 4, then you will upgrade your Crystal Research Center to level 20, and then you will come back into the Crystal section again, and you'll get Skillful Operations 2 to level 6, and you'll get Treaties 2 and Cultural Exchange 2 both to level 6 as well. This is going to give you a very nice level on the Skillful Operations, 6 out of 5, which is usually more than enough for the early game, and you're going to have a decent level on your treaties, giving you like a total of a 34% increase in your crystals, and also your favor earned, which is definitely going to help you with your economic, basically, technologies as you prepare for the real fights. Now, moving back towards the start of our technology tree, we're going to take Swift Marching 1 to level 5, and then we're going to get Treaties 1 and also Cultural Exchange 1, both to level 5 as well. This will allow us to unlock Treaties 2 and Cultural Exchange 2 to level 7. It says here that going beyond level 7 before Zone 5 just is not worth it, so that means pretty much don't level these up beyond level 7 until after your Zone 5 fights are done, because you probably won't be able to get full value out of them. I'm just going to trust what the guide says here, since I haven't done all the math behind it. So Treaties 2 and Cultural Exchange will go to level 7, but Swift Marching 1, Treaties 1, and Cultural Exchange 1 will all go to level 5. This is just a prerequisite that you have to do to actually upgrade your Treaties 2 and Cultural Exchange to level 7 as well. From here, there is another optional route you can take, and in my opinion, I think this is actually pretty much worth it, especially if you're chaining a lot of Barbarians. First of all, Barbarian Reports will go to level 5, and Kuraka Reports will go to level 5, so that you can get your Plunder to level 4, and also your Kuraku's Gift to level 4. If you don't chain as much, I still recommend doing the Kuraku's Gift, which means pretty much everybody should get Kuraku Reports 1 to level 4, and then to level 5, and then Kuraku's Gift 1 to level 5. So this is probably the best thing to do since you're going to get just passive crystal gain. And like I said, if you barb chain a lot, get Barbarian Reports 1 to level 5, and then get your Plunder to level 4 as well. I think most players will definitely take the Kuraku's Gift, and then most players will eventually level their Plunder up, but like I said, mainly if you're doing a lot of chaining. The next section says if you're missing Marching Orders 1 and Skillful Operations 6, do them now, but we've already done those. So here's what we're going to do, and there is a lot of stuff here. First of all, we're going to take Barbarian Reports and Kuraku Reports both to level 2, and then Plunder 2 and Kuraku's Gift 2 are also going to go to level 2. If you are missing it at this point, you have to get Barbarian Reports and Plunder to level 5 and 4 respectively, and with the Kuraku's Gift, everyone should have already done that. After that, we're going to go back and max our Plunder and Kuraku's Gift to level 5. You could do Kuraku's Gift level 5 a little bit earlier if you do so choose. Now that these are both level 5, we gain access to level 4 on Plunder 2 and Kuraku's Gift 2, so level those up to level 4 as well. This is going to leave you in a very good position with the upcoming Kuraks. There should be a few more around this time in your KVK, and also it's going to allow you to get more crystals off the now higher level barbarians. Now, preparing for your Zone 5 war, this is where you're going to start focusing on your tech, your troop capacity, and healing cost reductions. First of all, we're going to go to Call to Arms 1, which is right here, and we're going to take this up to level 6. This is really the level that you can usually access without having to do too many prerequisites, and you get a good 4% capacity here. After you get Call to Arms to level 6, you want to take your Crystal Research Center to level 23. After that, you're going to work on Quenched Blade 3, Improved Bows, and Mounted Combat, and Improved Projectiles, all to level 3 out of 10. I recommend getting whichever troop you focus first to level 3. After that, you're going to get Swift Marching 3 to level 1, and then Marching Orders 3 out of 10. Then you're going to go to Call to Arms 2, and you're going to get that to level 2. You're going to get Special Medicines 2 to level 2, and also Special Medicines 1 to level 4. If you don't have any tier 5 units, you can skip these technologies and put them in other areas you find necessary. Maybe extra points into Improved Bows or whatever your main troop type is. Maybe you focus more on some extra Call to Arms things, or you put a few more points into March Speed if you're running 0 T5. If you're running T5, Special Medicines is certainly worth the crystals and the time, so I would recommend going for it if you have tier 5 units. But if not, like I said, go back and pick up any technologies you think will help you on the open field, maybe improve bows too, or whatever your troop type is, anything that's really going to improve your trades, rather than healing cost reductions for tier 5, which you may not be using. Then moving back to your war technology in the tier 2 section after you've got your tier 5 stuff, and obviously once again, if you don't have tier 5, you can ignore that. I would go here and grab attack formations to level 3, then you'll just pick every single one of the main troop types here, Quench Blades, Improved Bows, and Mounted Combat Techniques to level 9. Keep in mind this is not a prerequisite for many other things upcoming, so if you only focus one troop type like I do, then max Improved Bows and just leave that, or max Infantry and then just leave that, or the same thing with Cavalry. So you don't need to max all 3 of these, only do the ones that you are using in your zone. So if you're using none of them, you can ignore them for now, but later we will come back to it and level them up as well. Now after your Zone 5 fights are done, we're going to go back towards a few more economic things. We're going to go and we're going to get Marching Orders 1 to level 5, which is kind of a waste of points, but we need to do it as a prerequisite. And then we're going to get Barbarian Reports 2 and Kuraku Reports 2, both to level 5 at this point. Going with this, we're going to get Plunder and Kuraku Gift to level 6 respectively, which is definitely very nice, and it's going to give us even more crystal gain, and it's relatively cheap. I mean, the whole entire upgrade path there only costs around 200,000 crystals, and I can assure you Plunder and Kuraku's Gift are going to earn you way more than 200,000 crystals. After that, we're going to do a few more prerequisites here where we finish off our war technology. First of all, Larger Camps 1 is going to have to go to 5 out of 5 at this point, which is not too bad. And then after that, we're going to have to go to Attack Formations to 7 out of 10. And then we're going to do Quenched Blades, Improved Bows, and Mounted Combat Techniques to level 10 as well. Once again, it doesn't seem like you need to max all 3, so only do the ones that you are using at this point. So for me, I'm only going to do the bows, But if you have 2 marches, then do both. But if you're using all 3 troop types, I recommend doing all 3. Now, at this point, we're going to end up having to max all of these technologies. So you're going to have to take Swift Marching 2 to level 6 out of 10, Marching Orders now to level 6 out of 10, and then we're going to backtrack to these war technologies here once more, and Quench Blades, improved bows, mounted combat techniques, and also improved projectiles will need to be 10 out of 10 at this point for us to progress any further. Once those are all level 10, you're going to go back and get your Swift Marching 2 up to level 7 from the level 6 it was previously, and then Marching Orders to level 7 out of 10 from the level 6 it was previously, and then you're going to get Skillful Operations to level 9 out of 10. So pretty much all those prerequisites allow us to get the extra crystal cost reductions here, which are going to make a fairly substantial difference once we get towards the later game, where the 3% crystals is worth the extra that you just spent, and not to mention you do get other war technology. Now that Skillful Operations is at level 9, we're going to go back and do Kuraku Reports and Barbarian Reports both to level 8, and then Plunder and Kuraku's Gift both to level 8 as well. And in between that, after we get Kuraku Reports and Barbarian Reports maxed, we're going to go and get Skillful Operations to level 10 as well, which I think is a prerequisite to Plunder and Kuraku's Gift. So it's definitely worth, once you get Barbarian Reports and Kuraku Reports maxed, maxing out your Skillful Operation 2 to give you the extra, basically, resources and crystals to use for the rest of your upgrades. Now, this next section is optional only if your fighting is over, and I'll tell you what to do if your fighting isn't. But if your fighting has ended at this point, then you're going to want to do tech that maximizes your season coins, which are basically the things that allow you to buy stuff in the shop. So really, at this point, you're just trying to maximize your rewards for the cheapest cost. So the first thing you're going to do is just take both Treaties 2 and Cultural Exchange 2 to level 9. So this is going to be a fairly cheap upgrade that's just going to give you more coins. Then you're going to take Swift Marching 2 to level 10, Treaties 2 and Cultural Exchange 2 now to level 10 each, and then you're going to get Plunder, Kuraku's Gift, Barbarian Reports, and Kuraku Reports 2 all to level 10 as well. These technologies are going to allow you to just earn more crystals, which means you're going to get extra season coins, and pretty much at this point, if you have done everything else, you can just pump all your crystals into stuff that just doesn't really matter. So even upgrades you just are really cheap at this point you haven't done, maybe let's say a few low levels of improved morale, or you've got some low level 3 techs here, just put your crystals in them to maximize your season coins, only if your fighting has ended. Otherwise, you don't really want to do that, and you just want to focus on getting your economy tech up, like I said before, and then you'll start focusing on some more war technology. So now, if you are still doing some war, this is what you're going to do. First of all, we're going to focus on a little bit more in troop capacity, and now that we've done all the prerequisites, we can take Call to Arms 1 to level 10 out of 10 and max that out. That's going to leave us with a nice 15% capacity boost for our marches, which is like a full skill on some commanders. This next option is for a 6th march only. You don't have to do this. Most free-to-play low spenders wouldn't do this, but I am going to provide the choice. Keep in mind, like I said, you don't have to do this, and most players shouldn't do this, but this is what you want to do if you're going for a 6th march. First of all, you want to take yourself up to Crystal Research Center from level 23 to level 25, and then you're going to grab Swift Marching 3 to level 5 out of 10, and then you can upgrade to Expanded Formations 1, which will cost you 2.4 million crystals. I don't recommend most players do this. Most players don't need 6 marches. If you are at the end of your KVK when we're talking about maximizing your crystals and also maximizing your season coins, Expanded Formations isn't the worst. Even though it doesn't give good season coins, you can use it to just farm more resources with a 6th march. So if you're doing that, you can go down this route. Even though it's more of a combat-oriented section, you can still do it if there's no more fighting left, because you could just gather with that 6th march, and over time, that's going to be probably even up to 50-60 million resources, depending on how active you are and how long your KVK has left. Now, the real recommendation I'd give to free-to-plays is this section, where we're trying to go for more attack and all damage. First of all, we're going to go to Attack Formation 1, and we're going to take that to level 10, and then we'll go to Marching Orders 2, and this will go to level 7 from, I think, level 6 before. After that, we're going to go all the way to Improve Morale, and it's going to go straight up to level 6 out of 10. This is really good for most players, since obviously you don't need that 6th march, and you can allocate your crystals here to give yourself a 3.5% all damage boost, which is actually quite strong on the open field. After that, we're going to start moving towards a few more war technologies, and these are relatively simple to follow. First of all, you're going to take your Crystal Research Center from level 23 up to 24, and then you're going to get Call to Arms 2 to level 6 to once again increase your march capacity. After that, you're going to have to take all of the following 3 technologies or 4 technologies to level 7. Quenched Blades 3, Improved Bows 3, Mounted Combat Techniques 3, and Improved Projectiles 3. Finally, we're going to have to get Swift Marching 3 to level 7, and then Special Medicines 1 to level 5, and then after that, Call to Arms 1 to level 9. This is probably where, Call to Arms 2, to level 9. After that, these are the final things you have to do with your war technology, the final real stuff you should be able to afford. All of these war technologies right here will go to level 10, so Quench Blades, Improved Bows, Mounted Combat Techniques, and Improved Projectiles. Not to mention Swift Marching 3 and Marching Orders 3 will also go to level 10 as well. After that, you're going to take Improved Morale to level 9, almost completely maxed. Then you get Call to Arms 2 to level 10, and then you go back and you max out Improved Morale. At this point, you should have spent pretty much the absolute limit on the crystals you could, and this is where you can just really use your crystals on anything else. Get the 6th March, get even work towards a 7th March if you can, and at that point you've pretty much got everything. There are a few other things here you can work towards. For example, if you have a ton of extra crystals left, maybe working on some more special medicines for either 1 or 2 is also an option, but really you've pretty much got all the war technology you'll need and you're pretty much on par with any whale. The only thing you're missing is like the Surprising Strike, and that's only really there for swarming down garrisons and rallies, so that's not really the most important thing, which means really at this point, now that you've got pretty much all your research maxed, you are in a really good position. One last thing I would like to talk about is there is a link for the whole entire list I just tried to describe to you guys, and if you want to tick off things as you go, the list for, or the Google Doc for the list will be linked below. All you have to do is make a copy of that, and then you can just tick off things as you go down through the list, which should be really easy to follow. So if you need help following the crystal guide I just gave, the list below made by Kingdom 2134 is going to be a really nice place to start, and I'm personally using it right now. So if you need help following the list I gave you, if you want to have a nice guide to give to your kingdom, or just use yourself, I highly recommend it. I'll put the link in the pinned comment and also in the description for you guys to follow. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, I want to ask you guys for a small favor, and that is, consider coming by my live stream tomorrow, and I think it's going to be at around 4 or 5 UTC. The exact live stream time will also be in the description and in the pinned comment, so if you guys want to come on down to my live stream, I'm going to be streaming my Zone 5 battles, which I am a little bit late to because of my time zone, but it's still going to be really fun. We're going to be fighting against Omniarch's Kingdom 1568, and we're also going to be fighting against, I'm pretty sure, 2098, who has not lost a KVK in a very long time. So it's going to be a very interesting Zone 5 battle, and I definitely will be streaming it quite a bit over the upcoming days. So if you want to see the Zone 5 battle, come on down to the live stream. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to be using Herman Prime, Shobani Pal, Henry, YSG, Zulang, Boudica, all those really meta archer commanders. So if you're interested in seeing it, I highly recommend coming on down to the live stream, and it's always just a chill place to relax and watch some Rise of Kingdoms. So if you want to come on down, I highly recommend it, and I hope I see a ton of you guys there. Once again, it's going to be at around 4 UTC, 4:30 UTC, and the link will be in the pinned comment and also in the description. Now, I just want to say I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.